Oh my gosh.
That's what a leash is for.
We're at the zoo and it's snowing!
Good morning, everyone. We are at the zoo today. We actually came to the zoo for a two-part series. The first part I wasn't that interested in. They had for anyone that's familiar with LuLaRoe, I think it's what it's called, that women's and kids dresses and leggings and just that clothing line basically. They had like a big event here with a bunch of LuLaRoe consultants here, and Jocelyn and Jen love LuLaRoe. I can kind of spot a LuLaRoe dress now because I've seen so many of them, but they went in there at the zoo, and it was nice because some of the proceeds, I think 25% of the proceeds go toward the Alaska Zoo. So we are at the Alaska Zoo, and a lot of these animals here have been rescued, so it's really cool to see all these different animals out here. And we did come at Christmas time, so it's a whole different look, you know, coming with most of the snow all gone. And one of my favorite areas are the wolves. They're just so big. They're so much bigger in person than you realize. I used to think when I was younger I could take a wolf, you know, obviously not thinking about they're always in packs, and you probably can't really see it on camera. I'll try to get some of them. Hopefully we see them when we get there. But they are just so large. They're so tall and so thick. And but anyway, we're at the zoo today, and hope we see some awesome stuff.
He's just floating. See him just floating on the top of the water?
Check it out.
Well, the other one is looking down there. I think we have to go downstairs to see him. He's underwater.
What is he doing? That's hilarious.
Is he wanting kisses, do you think?
He's right here.
No? What do you think he's doing?
I don't know.
You don't know? I think he wants a kiss. You see Jocelyn?
I don't see him. Okay. Wow.
You holding her tight?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Dad.
You see that tiger?
Hello, Mama.
That's a big cat.
No, it's a tiger.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Hey there.
You see the snow leopard? What about that one down there that Daddy sees?
But I don't want to try that.
Maybe he just woke up from a minute.
Let's go to 22.
Is that the first bear you've seen in real life? Yeah, what do you think? Look at those claws.
Why didn't you want to watch in the mother?
Maybe he's thirsty and he needs to get something to drink.
I don't think maybe other way over here.
I don't know. Look how big that bear is, Jocelyn. What would you do if you saw one of those out in the wild?
Hello?
You would say hello?
How to get out? How to get out?
You can't get out right now.
Henry, you're not
allowed to go
supposed
over
to
there.
cook food.
What if he cooks it?
Oh, and it's scary because I need to see it over there.
If you get that close to a friend?
No.
Everyone get down there.
The button on your shirt.
Keep down.
We have made a pit stop for lunch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that beautiful, bright, silver, awesome truck. We're at YETI Dogs. You guys from Live Eat Stay might remember Corey and Kristen and Erica from YETI Dogs in some of their vlogs. But we've stopped today here for lunch to get some dogs. I got a jalapeno cheddar dog with some pickled jalapenos and shredded cheese on top. Jocelyn, naturally, as a kid, got a normal hot dog. And Jen, what did you get?
I got a reindeer sausage dog with hickory, bacon, flavored mustard, and pickled jalapenos. I cannot wait to eat this.
So anyone that comes to Anchorage, please, please, please try YETI Dogs. They actually won the best hot dog vendor in Anchorage. Erica and her better half, Dominic, are awesome. And typically they post up at Kincaid Park, but they're often going to many different events around the town. And they're at a new shop today that opened up, a bicycle shop. So we saw that she was open on Facebook, and we were right down the street, so why not stop? And I know we're going to be visiting a whole lot because we just love this place, and Erica's awesome. So I'm going to post a link below to her Facebook page so that you can like and check out their page, because they have some amazing, really original hot dogs all the time. You know, they have reindeer dogs, jalapeno dogs, normal hot dogs, all beef hot dogs, and they just have some really amazing looking food. So I'll post a link below so you guys can check her out. So we're just walking in Kincaid Park, and there's just another moose right there behind the tree. He just walked by and looked up, and he's just kind of staring right at us and just went back down to eating. We're a good distance away. But it definitely was a little freaky there for a second. He was just staring, watching, like he'd seen us far off. So we've heard that Kincaid Park has the biggest moose population. Not sure where I heard that, but I know we have heard that, and that was kind of neat to see. And we walked around the corner, and there was a lady with her dog off the leash, and so thankfully we got to see the moose first instead of her, because her dog probably would have taken off toward that moose. She put it back on the leash. I told her there was one right around the corner, but that'll never get old, I don't think. It's really cool to see wildlife that close. So Kincaid is still very kind of slushy. You can kind of see some areas it's a paved sidewalk, and some there's still a lot of slush and ice. Still really pretty out here. It's about 52 degrees today. I'm not wearing a jacket. It feels really nice. Somebody was asking, what does the temperature here compared to South Carolina where we're from feel like? It definitely feels more dry, obviously. And 30 degrees in Charleston feels like 10 degrees here, honestly. Like when it's, 40, high 30s, I feel like I don't even need a jacket here. It feels kind of cool and nice, and it's not too cold, where in Charleston it's so humid. It's just the humidity makes it feel more cold. I feel so bad. This man's dog took off running because it was off the leash, which apparently I think you're not supposed to do here, and went up to go chase that moose. Thankfully the moose hasn't reacted all that bad. And it's a little tiny dog. That thing would get stomped so quick.
Wow, that dog is lucky.
Yeah.
The moose had some patience.
Yes, it did.
We've had a friend of ours whose dog charged a moose and did not come out that way. Oh, here comes another dog.
Oh, great. That's his other dog he had in his
Oh my
hand.
gosh. Now there's 2 dogs. Is that both of that guy's dogs?
Yeah, why did he...
Oh my gosh.
That's what a leash is for.
What happened, Mom? What happened?
He was holding it earlier just by the collar, and it must have got away from him, but I didn't see a leash in his hand.
The moose was touching the dog.
The moose is being very patient with the dog, surprisingly. I'm really stunned that this moose is doing as patient as he is.
Why is the button that can move? And look at Daddy.
Come back, dog. Come back.
Mama.
I think his daddy is patiently waiting for his doggies to come back.
Where is he?
Yeah, we're not going to walk any farther past there. We don't want to cause any more ruckus.
You're getting me so
We're just going to stay over here and hope that his dogs are okay. There's nothing we can really do. Doesn't make sense to go up there.
I'm just surprised the moose is being so patient with both of those dogs up there.
Yeah, no kidding. So the dogs have left, and those dogs are so lucky. That moose was probably very irritated. Its hair was sticking up. It did jump on its hind legs and kind of up in the air, you know, trying to stomp its feet down a few times, but those dogs got so lucky. That moose was so patient. And what's ironic is we did decide to walk by slowly because we really just didn't want to stay there any longer in case something happened. And the owner was nowhere to be found. It's like, where did he go? I don't know if he ran back to his car because I actually never saw a leash in his hand. And we warned him when we were walking down the trail that there's a moose back there. You might want to put your dogs on a leash. And so maybe he didn't have one, I don't know. But when we decided to walk by soft, carefully when the dogs were still barking, the owner was gone. I don't know if he just gave up. Oh, you're on your own. But thankfully the dogs did end up giving up on that moose, and that moose was so patient. And they just kind of took off running back up the trail, probably to their owner. So keep your dogs on a leash when you're out somewhere with a lot of moose, especially if you want your dogs safe and sound. That was pretty incredible to see. I hope you guys had an awesome day. We are calling it a night. We just finished dinner and we made breakfast for dinner. We love doing that. I love some grits. I don't know how many of you eat grits. It's definitely a southern thing. Not really grits up here, but I love grits. I love bacon, of course. It's terrible for me, but I love it. And eggs. And I put a little Cajun seasoning. Well, actually, first I put grits in a bowl, some shredded cheese, an egg, and some Cajun seasoning on top. And I call it a zinger. And it is so good. And we made pancakes tonight. And it was just phenomenal. And we love it. And we should definitely do it more. But I hope you guys had an awesome day. We had a great day, especially at Kincaid, at the park with the moose and the dogs. That was kind of scary, shady at first. And thankfully the dogs are okay. And we ended up seeing the man later, kind of far away from the car, so we couldn't talk to him. But he didn't have the dogs with him, so I don't know what happened to his dogs. Hopefully he went and put them back in the car and then was just walking around. But that was kind of an interesting experience today, and hopefully our dog never does that. I definitely had real good tight grip on the leash, and she really did well. She didn't try to pull or bark or growl or anything. It was like she was just watching along like we were. I was actually really surprised. I thought she might get really aggressive. But we had an awesome day. Hope you guys did too. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.